van converters, welcome to the plus 10 video from this 2+10 playlist of Diesel Tent 2.0, converting a van a slightly different way. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, there's a link up here and a card at the end. You can click on that, it'll take you through to a video saying why we're doing it differently, what we're doing, a bit about the design concept and a bit about the nuances around this particular build. But if you're a regular subscriber, you know why you're here, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the kitchen's built. Okay, so a bit different to other kitchens. Instead of setting the sink and the hob into the work surface, I've set them underneath just to increase the space flexibility. So in there is the sink. The shower unit's going to finish here, and I'll fill this gap in the van, and I'm either going to sit the tap there or I'm going to set it into the shower wall. I don't know yet, that's going to be done in the van. Okay, little storage unit in there. I've got the hob in there, and the hob lifts up, and there's storage underneath, loads of storage. Have to reset some of those. Microwave in there. Okay, so a little bit more detail around these cupboards here. This little thin one here, and what I'm calling the wine and beer rack. They were really in my thinking to start with. If you recall from the earlier videos, inside all of there is all the electrical stuff, and I'm going to do and the water and the heating system, and I'm going to do another video about that later on. But when I put cabinet 2, which is this one, up to cabinet 3, it came pretty obvious. I had a bit of a gap because of the strut thickness when I put the two together. So just by losing a little bit off the size of cabinet 2, I could create a wine rack and beer rack. So that was like a serendipitous bit of a discovery. Some cock-ups, of course. There's always cock-ups. Day one at nursery school cock-ups, so I'm a bit embarrassed. The cupboard and this drawer here is running very close to the floor, and of course I've got floor covering coming in, so when I'm in the van I'll have to trim off a little bit there. Actually, you know what, maybe not such a bad thing, because I don't know what exact covering I'm going to have, so maybe it's a serendipitous cock-up, but I assure you it was not through design. And another cock-up, so in the microwave goes in there. This cupboard here, don't know if you can see it, it's got a finished edge. Well, it's slightly proud here. I don't know if the microwave door is going to open. So again, I might have to drop that a little bit. If I do, it's a pain because it means there'll be a gap there, which means I've got to replace that and that. And I've got a feeling that's stuck on. So, oh dear. Yeah, so yeah, we all make cock-ups, but that one I just didn't see. And I mentioned it earlier on, the shoe rack and welly store underneath. That rack is twisted because that fixing there is a different distance from the edge to that fitting over there. That was a bit of a cock up, but hey ho, here we go. Okay, so let's have a look at the waste management caddy. Bit of a pompous start of that. Right, okay, so 3 bins in there. I've got the recycling, the big one, that's my indoor one. 2 mini beer cans in that, don't want you to see that. That lid I'll probably take off in the actual van. Black bag. And one for spare bin liners, bags, that sort of thing. These is called the lift out. I don't even see here, that lining there will just lift out for cleaning and wiping. That is made of the shower screen, honeycomb screen material that I showed you in the materials video, where I looked at novel materials I'm using. And I've used that throughout. Here you can see some here, this drawer here. It's a really good material to use. Plus side is it's very clean to wipe. It's very light, of course. There is some joining issues. Now it's a piece here. Now if you can screw, so that's the honeycomb. If you want to screw that way, it grips really well, very, very strong. If you find a need to go in that way, of course it's not very good. And I played with a number of ways, and basically in the end what I put a load of hard as nail stuff in there, so I got something to screw into. But in addition to that, I don't know if you can see, occasionally there I put in a bracket. My dad would have kittens because he's a tenant and mortar sort of guy. Right, so I think that's all I've got to show you for the minute. So kitchen unit's finished. I'm going to do another video with all the electrical and water and heating system, which is under there. I've got to do a couple more tweaks to that, and then after that it's getting it down to the storage locker, storage place near where I live, to start on the next part of the project. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'm going to build up a list of chapters in the comments down below so you can see what I've done and you can just click through what you want to look at. But in the meantime, please click that subscribe and like button, and I'll catch you in the next one.